Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Anime Zone Sensei. In this video, I will show you top 10 fantasy anime where main character is overpowered you can watch in 2022. So please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Although fantasy is often associated with medieval times, castles, and long-bearded wizards in the popular mind, there are in fact many sub-fantasy genres that are explored in anime. From dark to contemporary fantasy, there is much to learn and even more to love about the infinite possibilities that come with such a rich and complex genre. One of the many strengths of fantasy is its ability to be coupled with a wide range of elements from other main genres such as romance, comedy, and even horror. It is also easily adaptable to any age range, giving you the option to choose a lighthearted kid-friendly series or a darker anime with more mature content. The 10 anime listed below are an absolute must-watch and will for sure keep you entertained during this time of isolation. Anime has always excelled at presenting stories filled with fantastical elements. Vampires, demons, and magic are frequently featured in anime, whether they take inspiration from feudal Japanese folklore or from other cultures. As there is no shortage of fantasy anime, it is worth updating this list to enrich the lives of anime fans and share more great examples of fantasy series at their best to watch this year and beyond. Before I start the list, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Also like this video. Let's start. Number 10. Build Divide, Code Black, I Can See It. The way I can win, this time I will beat him. So come at me again, except. Bloom, Gambler of Souls, in New Kyoto, a city governed by the king, one's worth is determined by his or her strength in the Build Divide trading card game. Rumors swirl about New Kyoto and its king. If you defeat the king in Build Divide, any wish will be fulfilled. And in order to challenge the king, one must participate in the TCG battle known as Rebuild, and the key must be completed. Everyone has a wish they long to have fulfilled. Teruto Kurabi, a boy who vows to take down the king, and Sakura Banka, the mysterious girl who guides him, throw themselves into the rebuild battle. With New Kyoto as the stage, the curtain rises and the battle begins for Teruto and his friends. Number 9. Paprika, the world of dreams can be an incredible window into the psyche, showing one's deepest desires, aspirations, and repressed memories. One hopeful tech lab has been developing the DC Mini, a device with the power to delve into the dreams of others. Atsuko Chiba and Kosaku Takeda have been tirelessly working to develop this technology with the hopes of using it to deeply explore patients' minds and help cure them of their psychological disorders. However, having access to the deepest corners of a person's mind comes with a tremendous responsibility. In the wrong hands, the DC Mini could be used as a form of psychological terrorism and cause mental breakdowns in the minds of targets. When this technology is stolen and people around them start acting strangely, Atsuko and Kosaku know they have a serious problem on their hands. Enlisting the help of Officer Kanekawa, who has been receiving this experimental therapy, they search both the real and dream worlds for their mental terrorist. Number 8. A good librarian like a good shepherd, the shepherd, an urban legend of Shiomi Academy, is said to appear before hardworking students to grant them a wish. While engrossed in a book inside the school's renowned great library, Kyutaro Keikiai, a second-year student and the library club's de facto president, receives an email from the shepherd foretelling an event that will change his fate. Worried by the message, Kyutaro rushes over to a nearby train station and encounters fellow student Sugumi Shirasaki, whom he saves from being hit by a derailing train. Grateful for his heroic actions, Sugumi joins the library club and invites Kyutaro to participate in her mysterious Shiomi Happy project. Together with other new members of the club, they strive to make the academy a better place and uncover the identity of the enigmatic shepherd. Number 7. How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom Season 2. After the death of his grandfather, 19-year-old Kazuya Soma, an aspiring civil servant, is left all alone with no one to call family. Out of the blue, he is transported to the Elfrieden Kingdom, a small ailing country in another world, to be a hero. An ongoing war with the demon army has put the entire world in peril, and Kazuya was summoned to aid in the conflict as an offering from Elfrieden to its allies. Dissatisfied with being used as tribute, Kazuya decides to help the kingdom revamp its declining economy, not by way of adventuring or war, but through administrative reform. Abruptly declared the king of Elfrieden and betrothed to the princess, the realist hero Kazuya sets out to assemble a group of talented citizens who will assist him in his bureaucratic battles to get the kingdom back on its feet. Number 6. Pandora Hearts. To young as Vesalius, heir to the Vesalius Duke House, the perilous world called the Abyss is nothing more than a folktale used to scare misbehaving children. However, when Oz's coming-of-age ceremony is interrupted by the malicious Baskerville clan intent on banishing him into the depths of the abyss, the Vesalius heir realizes that his peaceful life of luxury is at its end. Now, he must confront the world of the abyss and its dwellers, the monstrous chains, which are both not quite as fake as he once believed. Based on the supernatural fantasy manga of the same name, Pandora Hearts tells the story of 15-year-old Oz's journey to discover the meaning behind the strange events that have overtaken his life. Assisted by a mysterious chain named Alice, whose nickname is Bloodstained Black Rabbit, and members of a clandestine organization known as Pandora, Oz begins to realize his existence may have more meaning than he could have ever imagined. Number 5. Isekai cheat magician, regular high schooler Taichi Nishimura and his childhood friend, Rin Azuma, are on their way to school one ordinary morning. Suddenly, a glowing light envelopes them, transporting them to a fantasy world full of magical creatures. Upon their arrival, Taichi and Rin are threatened by a beast. They are promptly saved by a group of adventurers, who advise the pair that traveling unarmed and inexperienced makes them vulnerable to the recently increasing monster attacks. Taichi and Rin are directed to the guild, where they can determine their magical aptitude and register as adventurers. However, the test they take reveals an unprecedented result. Taichi and Rin possess extraordinary powers that far surpass the standard mage, instantly transforming them from typical high school students to the ultimate cheat magicians. Taichi and Rin learn to grasp the full extent of their powers and familiarize themselves with their new world. However, while the duo seeks to uncover the reason behind their transportation and a possible way back to their original world, unexpected trouble lurks in the shadows. Number 4. Dragonar Academy. Learning to ride and tame dragons comes easy to most students at Answer Ivan Dragonar Academy, except for first-year student Ash Blake, who is known by his fellow classmates as the #1 problem child. Poor Ash is the laughingstock at school because, despite his unfashionably large star-shaped brand that marks him as a future dragon master, he has nothing to show for it. His dragon has never appeared, until now, that is. One fateful day, Ash's dragon awakes in full glory, but appears different than any dragon ever seen before, in the form of a beautiful girl. What's worse, Ash soon discovers that this new dragon has attitude to spare, as she promptly informs him that she is the master, and he, the servant. Ash's problems with dragon riding have only just begun. Number 3. Arifureta. From Common Pleas to World's Strongest. Second season, the ordinary life of 17-year-old otaku Hajime Nagumo is disrupted when he and his classmates are summoned to a fantasy world and tasked with saving mankind. While his classmates are gifted with impressive abilities useful in combat, Hajime is belittled for only gaining an inferior transmutation skill that lacks any real offensive power. During an expedition in the Great Orcus Labyrinth, Hajime is betrayed by one of his classmates, plummeting him to the bottom of an abyss. Though he survives the fall, Hajime is faced with menacing monsters and misfortunes that send him spiraling into a grim nightmare. Desperate to live and return home one day, he resolves to fight for his survival, only to meet an imprisoned vampire he names Yu, who is also seeking to escape the labyrinth. Taking an interest in him, Yu and a few others along the way accompany Hajime on his journey to find a way back home, while steadily transforming from commonplace to the world's strongest. Number 2. The case study of Anitas. Scorned by others of his kind for being born under a blue moon, the vampire Anitas grew afraid and desolate. According to legend, he created a cursed grimoire known as the Book of Anitas, and it is said he would one day use it to bring retribution upon all vampires of the Crimson Moon. In 19th century Paris, no archivist is searching for the fabled Book of Anitas. Whilst traveling aboard an airship, he is saved from a vampire attack by an eccentric doctor who calls himself Anitas and carries the very tome he seeks. Ironically, the self-proclaimed vampire specialist is a mere human who inherited both his name and the book from his master, the same Vanitas of legend. As the odd case of the charlatan's parade crops up, the doctor's ability to restore sanity to vampires by recovering their true name will prove most beneficial. Number 1. Dorohedoro, Hull, a dark, decrepit, and disorderly district where the strong prey on the weak and death is an ordinary occurrence, is all but befitting of the name given to it. A realm separated from law and ethics, it is a testing ground to the magic users who dominate it. As a race occupying the highest rungs of their society, the magic users think of the denizens of Hull as no more than insects. Murdered, mutilated, and made experiments without a second thought, the powerless Hull dwellers litter the halls of Hull's hospital on a daily basis, possessing free access to and from the cesspool, and with little challenge to their authority, the magic users appear indomitable to most, aside for a few. Kaiman, more reptile than man, is one such individual. He hunts them on a heedless quest for answers with only a trusted pair of bayonets and his immunity to magic. Cursed by his appearance and tormented by nightmares, magic users are his only clue to restoring his life to normal. With his biggest obstacle being his stomach, his female companion Nikaidu, who runs the restaurant Hungry Bug, is his greatest ally. Set in a gritty world of hellish design, Dorohedoro manages a healthy blend of comedy and lightheartedness with death and carnage. Taking plenty of twists and turns while following the lives of Hull's residents, it weaves a unique world of unearthly origin and dreary appearance not for the squeamish or easily disturbed.